Hey everybody, welcome back. It's your golf club team back again for another live stream today. Really excited to have everyone who may have joined us last week, new people jumping in. You are also super welcomed as well. So we've got Shaun, who can give his own intro.
Yep, Shaun West, back again for the second time. Today we're going to be going through career and societies, and we brought Jordan along this time to help us out.
And who is Jordan, may everybody be wondering? What's Jordan do here?
I'm a game designer on the golf club too.
That's right, you heard it. Any specific questions you have, he's your guy. We brought him in because last week we had some really good questions coming in from the outside. Myself, Brett, Shaun, we did our best to cover everything. So if there's a few more specifics that pop up this week, Jordan's a great source to go to on that. But without further ado, why don't we just jump into it?
Yep, exactly. So right here we're going to jump in and start from career mode and give you a quick run through of this. So the first time you come in here, you're just going to be given a blank slate, and you can set up the career that you want to begin with. We've created several different levels that you can progress through your career, and these open up different things for you as you move through them. Here you can see I already have enough to upgrade my society, my career society, and it tells me down here what I get with doing that. So it increases the max events per season and opens up new clubhouse options.
So I think that first bullet point that you can unlock there really speaks to one of the key differences between the career mode in Golf Club 2 and what we did for season mode in the collector's edition of Golf Club 1. So first of all, this Golf Club 2 comes with the single player mode out of the box. You don't have to wait for the collector's edition to come out. But this time around, you also get full control over the events that you play in your season.
Very cool.
And so here you have the option to either create your season from scratch, and you can go in and you select the course that you want and do all the settings for it. We're just going to start from a template though, and these are pre-made templates that we give you, and based on the level that you are, you can select each of them.
While you're jumping into that, we got a great question that just popped in from Jackalas. And again, I'm super sorry if I read these names wrong. Just know we're trying our best. So they're asking, is your career society linked with your online society?
No, not directly. So career societies are offline single player events. Any money that you earn offline though can be taken on and used in your online society that you're a member of.
Very cool. That's a great question.
So there, I selected the template for this season, and before actually activating the events, you can then go in and choose any one of these. If you want to pick a different course, change the name of it. Wrong button.
Press the edit button. Yeah.
While Shaun's jumping through these, all these videos are going to be shared on YouTube. We do our best to get those up really quick afterwards. You'll see a link pop up on the forums undoubtedly, and I think you can you get to them right from the Twitch page? Or no, we just have the Twitch stream on its own. Anyways, look at our social. Brett will get on there. He'll make sure it shows up on Twitter, Instagram. You'll be able to find it.
Yeah. So here, when you're editing your events, the first option is to choose whatever course that you want to play with. First off, we take you right to handicap rated courses because these impact the difficulty of the AI that you play against and what kind of rewards you get for those events.
Yeah, so courses that are handicap rated are going to have AI that plays more accurately to the actual challenge of the course, because once it's handicap rated, we kind of have a better idea of what the challenge level is. It also means that you're going to get the full amount of winnings for placing in that event, whereas you can play with any course that's been published from day one, but unless it's been handicap rated, you're not going to get as much currency because it's so easy to make exploitable content there.
So hopefully that answers JPS Renault's question, which was, what determines difficulty level settings in the templates? People are coming in fast on this, so good answer.
So now next you can edit the name of your event. I'm not going to do that because I don't have a keyboard. Here
We're playing on PC right now, right?
We are, yeah. Here you can change the number of rounds for the event that you're going to play. The event index lets you quickly change where it falls in the schedule if you want to move things around. And then the format settings. So here you're allowed to, you can change between regular and major events. I believe it's 10 regular events before a major?
Yeah, so there's some restrictions here because when you play a major, not only do you get the sultry tones of John, the voice, telling you that it's a nice big event that's going on, but you also get a bonus to the winnings that you get in career mode. So in career mode, the game generates the currency that you win based on how you place. When it's a major, you're going to earn more currency than if it's a regular event. So we limit how many majors you can have in a given season based on how many regular events you have in that as well.
Tees, you get to pick which tee set you will be playing from for the event, and pins are, again, you get to pick which pin placement you use for each round through it. Then you can save your changes.
Did you see the note about the audio being a bit low there, John?
The voices?
Is it the voices? Yeah, in the chat here, I saw something pop up about the audio sounding low. Whoever sent that question in, if you want to send in some specifics, is it the voices or?
Yeah, if it's anyone in particular, let us know. We can adjust the microphones.
Yeah, we have about 400 microphones in the room right now, so.
There's a lot of construction again outside and
that's right.
next door here. That's a lot of low frequency rumble you might hear.
And that's the voice of golf, John himself again. He helped us out last week, so.
Hi
he is back.
guys.
Oh, audio's good.
Ramjet confirms audio's good.
Well, thank you, Ramjet.
So a little bit more you can do in your career here. There's a administration tab that lets you level up your society. You can change the clubhouse, which is your background here that you can take a look and move around. I'll go in here, and here are the several different options that you can choose from. Tells you what requirements you need for it.
I got a couple questions coming in that's touching on the stuff we're going through here, so if I can just circle back, I don't want
Sure.
to get them lost in the stream. Toursauce44 asked, can multiple players in a society edit the society course online? If yes, can they at the same time?
So we'll get to the details about online societies in a bit.
Yeah.
Sure.
And we can talk about the administration format there.
Absolutely, that makes sense.
The career societies, these are your single player mode. So these are you against the simulated AI in the game, similar to what we had for season mode in the Golf Club 1.
And one of the ones that popped up here was, do the settings all influence the payout? That was Jackalass asking again. I'm not sure which specific screen you were talking about there, so if you want to get back in at the bottom of the chat, we can follow up on that question.
So once you've selected a new clubhouse, you can also go into society settings here. This lets you rename the society that you see the name across the top. And you can also create a new emblem for your society. Do a quick one here.
John Eric, that's because John is sitting much closer to a microphone, but thank you for the feedback.
It's basically right in my mouth.
Is John louder than us?
John is a bit louder than us, but again, that's because we're kind of working at a distance here. We've got a screen set up in front of us, so bear with us. Hopefully everybody can hear everything.
I just
the
just
shield
turned
in the
myself
front
down
way,
a scotch
Put a
too.
nice
So
Golf Club logo on there.
Great.
Yeah.
Question, is the pre-order bonus society for online or single player?
Both.
Absolutely.
The emblem.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's for both.
Sean's making a very nice logo right now.
Trying my best.
Go a little darker than that. Just,
A little darker.
you're gonna want a little more contrast on that gray. There you go.
There we go. Alright.
Oh, that's
I
great.
can
Thanks so
reset
much,
that.
Awesome Dork Gaming. The detail in the clubhouse, the 3D team will be really excited to hear that. It was a labor of love. I think to put it lightly, there's so much in there once you kind of get into it and get to see it that each time I think all of us play, it's nice to keep leveling up, get to see those new clubhouses, get to see the new dressings. That team really, really did a great job.
Yeah, I think my favorite one is the one based on the lunchroom that we have here in the studio.
Ooh, spoiler alert, everybody. You're going to know where we eat.
It is pretty close to what we actually...
Are we going to tell them which one it is, or are we going to leave it
I
up
think
for them to
we're
decide?
going to leave it up for them to figure out which one it could be.
Yeah, could it be this wood
It might-
interior? Could it be this solarium? Who knows?
Could it be the one called Blumenberg?
Hey, Sean.
Alright. Oops. Backed out too far.
Tour Sauce, unfortunately, you cannot buy beers at the clubhouse.
No.
That is not a feature.
So that's all of the settings you have for...
It's a great question, though.
your career mode.
For the society.
Yes, career society. Now I'll just quickly play a hole. Oh, Littlebrook Manor. So here's your difficulty settings. You want to explain how these work?
Yeah, so in season mode in the Golf Club 1, the difficulty of the AI was tied directly to the tour that you played in season mode, which also dictated the courses that you had to play. So this time around, we completely separated those two things and gave you full control. We gave you full control over what courses you're going to play, what order they're going to be in, how many rounds, etc., like we just looked at. And we also let you pick what the difficulty of the AI is. So if you want to play, if you want to jump right into the medium level right from the beginning, you can, or if you want to stick on very easy for the whole way through, you can. And then for hard and very hard, we've left those as unlockables for you, so you have something to strive for. So the main difference here between each of these levels is obviously that your competition is going to be stiffer. The harder difficulties you choose, you're going to have to shoot better on every round. And you're also going to get a larger purse for prize money on each event, which the prize money itself is generated based on the difficulty of the AI that you chose, how many rounds is in the event, and if it's a regular event or a major event.
And we got some good questions coming in about how your cash and how your leveling up works within your society or your clubhouse. And when you level up your society, are there multiple sub-levels within each main level? If that makes sense, is the question from Human Fish is twitching. I think he's asking about generally, like, as you kind of ratchet up your society, is there, what's the breakdown? Are they just one big tier that happens each time you get through it, or is there kind of alternate tracks or smaller pieces you can upgrade as you go?
Yeah, so we wanted to give a sense of progression in the career mode, but we didn't want to make it so complex that it felt restrictive when you started it up. So it's very quick for you to get from the beginning up to a full size career mode that you can run any season that you want to.
I'm just circling back to a great question by Austin Dork Gaming about if you can put your society logos on the flags, and I see here it was also asking about golf bags. Flags for sure, you can put your brand across.
Yeah, when you run an event, the society logo will be branded on the flags on the golf course.
It's really going to make your course feel more like your own this time out, I think. It's going to.
Yeah, well, it's going to feel like your society is kind of setting up shop at these courses as you play through. It's going to feel like, we have the crowd that's in the background now. I don't know if we showed this in the last stream or not.
I'm not sure.
So now that we're in an event, so when you're playing in societies online or in career as we are now, these are all events. So there's the logo that Shaun set up with the shield and the golf club logo on it, on our flag. But also you can see in the background we have a whole crowd that's shown up to watch us play our rounds.
And just one general question popped up. Difficulty does influence payout.
It does, yes.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
Jackalas.
So. As you choose to go up the difficulty levels, you'll have, if you're playing around the same level, say you're getting even par on every round or whatever it may be, if you're playing around the same level, you'll about get the same amount of winnings each time on average. It does drop a little bit as you go up the difficulties just to manage some risk reward, but the headroom that you have to make even more money increases every time.
Shaun, I'm getting asked about practice shots. I know you don't take them yourself.
I did a practice shot there.
Or maybe the statement "practice shot" with the exclamation point was stating that you did take a
I
practice
did take
shot.
a practice shot.
Excellent.
Couple. So here you see
Good eyes, Congo GB.
between each hole we show an update of the leaderboard with the AI players and the career event along with you. And these update as you progress through each event.
Do you want to just select one of these players?
Yeah, this is pretty cool.
So this is another feature that we added from comparing Seasons mode in Golf Club 1 to Career mode in Golf Club 2 is in Seasons mode Golf Club 1 you had a fixed roster of sim players that would play along with you. Now this time around their skill levels are fixed based off of the difficulty you choose, but you have full control to rename the players as well as set the nationality that's assigned to them so that on the leaderboards you can see the flags that go along with those.
And we did have a question come up sooner that kind of touches on that, asking that in career mode, this was John Eric 8 saying, in career mode he thought it took too long to level up. The AI was too easy. Can he start up at a hard level?
So the difficulty levels are set that you begin with very easy, easy, and medium. And then the hard and very hard levels are set there to give you something to strive for, because the winnings also increase with that as well. We want to have that sense of progression that you're earning something when you reach that level. In terms of how long it takes to get from level 1 to level 2, etc., we have full control over that on the server side. So we're able to make adjustments as we see people, maybe getting stuck in one spot. We don't want to make it too easy, but we don't want to make it too daunting either.
And just so you guys know in the chat, I do see all the questions about different modes coming up, online modes, that type of stuff. We're gonna circle back. We want to kind of keep this focused on the career section now. So stay with us. We will get to it. I am seeing it, and just know we're not ignoring them. We're gonna get to them in a moment.
Ooh. I didn't like that.
No, they were pretty upset about that. That was a bad 3-putt.
Yes, you can edit the names of the AI golfers. Sorry if you just missed that. Ill-advised 3. Shaun jumped in there and was kind of showing how you could do it. You can get to it right from this menu right here.
Yep. You just select anyone on the leaderboard.
You can also do it from the front end and your
Yes.
member list when you're on your career page.
That's correct. I'll actually do that right now to show it.
Those of you who have a keen eye may notice that the golfer that was just on there happens to be dressed exactly the same as their very own Shaun West.
Oh, funny.
1-to-1. Like
Yes.
looking in a mirror.
So here is the full member list for your society that Jordan was talking about, and you can, again, select any individual on it and rename them and change their...
Just don't change Patty O'Grady. He's my favorite fake golfer. Please.
You can see the handicap on the right-hand column. That gives you a sense of how well those players are going to play on a golf course. And as I said, the courses that are handicap rated are going to give you more accurate results than the ones that don't have a handicap rating yet. But you can still play them as soon as you publish them.
A question is from John Eric 8 again is can you share these edited players? If not, is that going to be an option at some point?
There's no option to share the changes that you make to your member list. But yeah, there's no option in there right now. I can't really talk about what may or may not come up in the future.
Sure.
Yeah.
Can you go turn-based with AI players?
No, all of the opponents in career mode, it's same as in season mode, are simulated on the leaderboard.
And where are we at now here, Shaun? You've navigated a few screens. I didn't see where you jumped to.
Yeah, so this is just while my round is in progress, jump back out. You can see the in progress leaderboard here on the side. We haven't played any rounds yet, so you can't see anything in society records, but this screen will host all of the stats that you've accumulated throughout your career.
Congo GB called out your putting as disgraceful.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Mixed face emoji. I just wanted you to know that heading into the next time, maybe you could shore that up a bit.
Sure.
Do we want to take a quick peek at some of I guess that there's a season setting here where once you, not in societies, but in your schedule. So once you've created your schedule, Shaun showed off and making edits to the schedule before you start. But once you start, your schedule is locked in. You can't come up to an event and say, oh, well, if I don't have this next event in my schedule, then I'm going to make, clean sheet. I'm going to ace every event in the season. You can't make those changes once you've started. But what you can do is if you find that maybe you set up every event to be like 4 rounds and it's taking too long, or vice versa, you set up every event to be 1 round and you want to have a little bit more challenge in terms of consistency, you can come in here and change the rounds override. So default's going to choose have each event be set to the rounds that you set per event, and you can override it so that now when Shaun plays any new event, it will be set to 3 rounds. Similarly, it won't affect the event that's active right now because we don't want you to, come at the end of round 1 and say, well, if I win this one, I want to win the event. So I'm just going to change this and kind of cheat a little bit. You can't do that. You have to stick to what you've set out to do already.
Are people able to leave a tournament mid-round and finish it later?
Yep.
Yes.
Definitely. So
That's a great question, Jackalas.
Yeah, right there I quit on the think it
And
was
if you
that
do jump back
second
in, Shaun, we had a question pop up a little earlier from Stein276 saying, could you please showcase some different cameras? So if you do make it back to the game here.
I will jump in for one more hole. here before we-
Stein276, this camera change is for you.
So we have the pre-shot cameras. Oh, that's practice swing. You can do your practice swing again. That was a bad one.
So this is going to give you all of the feedback that you get from a regular shot. So you get an idea of, is my shot going straight? How, based on the size of the cone, how challenging should the shot be? And it also gives you an idea of what your tempo will be if you swing consistently on your actual shot.
And here we can adjust the pre-shot cameras. Just go back to here. And during ball flight.
I
that
definitely
was
dig
a
this
bad
feature.
one.
That's okay, you can still swing around.
So you're controlling the cameras with the D-pad now,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So you can see in the bottom right corner below the distance readout, there's a little icon of a D-pad with a cycle icon. So by pressing the 4 directions on your D-pad, you can go between the view that is behind the golfer, the follow cam that you know from Golf Club 1, and then 2 alternate cams. One is one that replicates a tower cam. One that replicates a tower cam, and one that's kind of like a lower angle reverse camera near the landing zone.
Very cool. And thanks very much, Marais. Again, I'm so sorry. The animation looks great, they say. I think we all agree. We're really happy with where the animation got to this year. And just like the 3D modelers kind of hitting it out of the park with the clubhouses, the animation team went back and did a fantastic job with the new capture, new animations. Everything looks fantastic.
Yep.
So, Shaun, here's your chance to redeem yourself.
Nope.
Oh! There it
Got
is. Clutch.
Can I have a request?
Sure.
Can we show off some of the settings for removing some of the HUD stuff and things like that? That's my favorite way to play. So I just want to. I know that some people asked about that last time. I want to see it.
Plants will not disappear around the camera. The only reason that one disappeared was because Shaun had hit a ball into a crowd. So we make sure that the crowd's out of the way. You've got no obstructions next to you when you're in that position. But if you had shot into deep rough and there was plants there, by all means, those are going to be there, for better or worse. Vac Killers 2013 said 1 or 2 of the crowd even clapped for you, Shaun.
Those were pity claps.
And do you want to talk about how the crowds grow and kind of shrink if people aren't familiar with just how the crowds work within the game itself?
Yeah, so the crowds stand in designated areas based on what the course designer set up. So if you want them to stand in specific spots, or you want to make sure that they don't, for example, stand on in the way where a person might need to walk, you can kind of lay out where they go. So you can see here, there's no one kind of in the center of the screen, but they're on the left and the right. So if you know that there's a landing zone here, you can paint crowd around that area. You can put them around the green, around the tees. And then they will adjust based on what hole you're on and the position.
Oh, that was amazing.
The position of where you are and where you need to shoot. So, for example, if you were to hit into this group of crowd here on your next shot, you're going to be hitting back towards the cup, and everyone's going to disperse to get out of the way. And as we talked about before, the crowd only shows up when you're in career mode or society events.
Yeah.
If you're just playing a casual round, then they don't show up, and you have a very different feel to it.
Excellent.
Any more specific questions for career before we jump in?
Oh, slap flop. Just straight up demands for a slap flop from Weavy19. Flop shot is a fan favorite. I think it's safe to say, John.
Second stream in a row with a flop shot request.
Excellent. No, nothing.
Fan
I'm
favorites.
just kind of going back through, guys. And please, again, bear with me. There's a lot of great questions coming in. I'm circling back. If I missed you, dump it back in the chat. I'll get to them. But I'm just going to go back now and see if there's anything specific. Shaun will play a couple of shots here.
Ooh, let's take off the pin marker.
Kenny Woolley says the grid is a great idea for checking whether the ball is above or below the feet. 2 hand clap emojis. I agree. That has saved me from some terrible shots. Physics are looking way better, we're hearing. Everybody's saying the physics are a massive improvement from last time out. I think that's safe to say that our devs would agree with you on that one, and Adam in particular.
Mm-hmm. So what Shaun has set up here now in terms of the HUD, I just want to talk about because I know it came up before, is he has everything set to fade. So what that means is when he starts the shot, he'll have all the information for every item there, and then it goes away after a few seconds. And as he makes adjustments to his shot, they'll come back again, so he has all the information he needs, and then it goes away again. He also turned off the flag marker, so you'll see the flag in front of him, but there's no kind of like big black box showing him where the flag is and what the distance is. He's got his distance in the top right corner underneath his carry distance now. You can put the carry distance in the top corner and still have the marker showing you where the flag is. But this gives you a really nice, like there's nothing on the screen other than your golf. And then he also turned off his feedback so that everything after the shot is completely just golf again, and there's no interfaces in the corners of the screen.
So do many of you out there in the chats, I now throw it back to you, do you feel you're going to work your way up to playing without any HUD elements, turning everything off, kind of getting rid of that safety net around making the best shot and just playing by feel? I certainly am too chicken. I still use everything, but I'm excited to see how people are going to use this feature. I think it's really cool that you guys hooked it up. I think it adds a nice level of immersion when you're standing there, getting rid of all the overlay elements. Looks great.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely wanted to evoke that feeling of being on the golf course, and sometimes those HUD elements kind of got in the way, whereas, they are necessary to, one, learn how to play the game, and once you do learn how to play, we found that you would play just as well with them as without them, so there wasn't really any reason to require them there all the time. But any information that you do need, you always have access to.
Well, we have a lot of brave souls out there who are just saying they're totally going to give the know-how to try, they're looking forward to it, they feel good about it.
Perfect.
I wish you all the best.
You say that now.
And I do see there's one gent in particular here, the name escapes me, just keeps asking alt shot. There's not a lot of context around that question. I apologize, I'm not 100% sure. We're probably going to get to it at some point, but I do see you. I'm not ignoring it. Just know that we're, again, trying to stay on our agenda right now to work through these modes, and we will get to everything by the end of the stream that we can.
All right. So here we're jumping into societies now, which is your online experience for, I guess you'd call it an online career, really. Here you can see I'm already a member of an official society that we have created for everyone to join. But I'll go through the creation portion of this so you can see how everything is set up.
And a shout out to Phil69 who just said, thanks, pre-ordered on Xbox.
Thank you.
Sweet.
We appreciate it.
So here again with the online society, you get to name what your club is going to be. This is what everyone is going to see when they search through all of the societies to figure out where they want to join. You can create your emblem much like we did in the career mode, society colors as well.
Did you go through this last time?
I did quickly, we didn't really talk about it.
We didn't really talk. So one thing that's super cool, as you change these colors, you'll notice in the background the colors of the walls and the furniture are changing. So this really lets you customize the feeling of your golf club society.
I myself gravitate towards turquoise and pink, a real 1980s Miami shoreline type of vibe, whereas Shaun is going with the more traditional black and red of the golf club.
Furniture color.
We had a question pop up, and now this is one that I thought would probably come up after all the HUD conversation, was if you are making a tournament, could you disable all HUD options as an option for the tournament?
We'll get to that through society.
I knew we would.
Yeah. So next on the list are your membership requirements. So this is what you set for the types of people that can join your society. Security level, just simple options. Public, private, and closed. Public is obviously anyone can see your society. They find it, join it, pay the membership fee if you've set one.
Yep.
And that's that. Private is very similar. You
It still shows up on searches.
Yeah, but the president of the society has to approve your membership before you can join.
Mm-hmm.
What's closed?
Closed means that you're locked in with all the people that you want in your society. No one can try to join, so you don't get spammed with pending requests. if you're not interested in taking any new members.
Great question here, saying, would it be a bad idea to create a society if you're not going to spend time managing it? What's the involvement for that founding member?
So the president controls everything in the society. If you're not interested in running the society and scheduling the events, you shouldn't start one. You should find another one to join, whether it's one that one of your friends has made, or maybe it's one that someone else in the community has made if you found them on the forums. And there's also the official ones that will always have new events to play.
Great answer. And we've got Brett in the chat here helping out as well, saying he made one himself, and that he doesn't spend all that much time in there, but he likes having a little corner of the world to call his own.
Mm-hmm.
We've got other people giving shout outs to their favorite sports teams, saying they can recreate man caves now that they can't have in their own proper homes, which is always something that's kind of got bounced around here. So good on you for picking that up.
Yeah, and just back to the point of running a society, there's no mechanical requirements from the president to be running events. You could have, maybe run one event for you and your friends. You all get together and play it, and then it could be 2 days or 2 weeks before you decide to run another one. It's all up to how you want to run your own schedule.
The next option we have in the setup here is message of the day. So this is a message that's going to show up on the main society page that the president can set at any point, change it daily, weekly, monthly, whatever it feels like, and just kind of share with his community members or society members what's coming up and where they want to be playing for society versus society events, for example.
And on that note, profanity filters in the society names or message boxes. Question that's coming in.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, same. I think it uses the same style filter that the course names would have.
It's a proper clubhouse, everybody.
Yeah.
We need to abide by the rules.
Yeah, your shirt has to have a collar.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. That's not true.
That's not true.
No.
You can actually wear shorts and like a muscle top in our game. Isn't there a muscle top?
I don't know.
Tank top.
I don't think there's any sleeveless shirts.
Ah, I'm wrong.
Jim kept it classy.
So here next in the setup is your home course. Again, you can pick any course for this that's been published. The main thing for this course is just something that you want your society members to be playing all the time, without the requirement of an event being in place.
Mm-hmm.
So on the home page there'll be an option to play the home course, and it'll just take you there to play it.
Within that group and your membership that you're managing as the prez, are you able to kick out a member?
Can we kick out members?
No.
So once you've had someone enter your society, you can't remove them, and the reason for that would be because you can charge entry fees.
Absolutely.
So there's a lot of potential there for, extortion.
Bullying.
Yeah.
It's like schoolyard
Cyberbullying.
bullying. Give me your lunch money and then get out of here,
Yeah.
nerd. Yeah, that's not how it is. Good questions, though, guys. These are great questions. Keep them coming. Love how tied into the mode it is, how knowledgeable you all are about this feature already, which is fantastic.
So the last thing you get to set before you create your society is the style, and this doesn't really have an impact on your society. It's just a kind of a setting for people to see what kind of society they're getting themselves into. So is it a casual, you play every week, once a week, every couple weeks, something like that? Is it competitive? Simulation, so this would go back to that question about where you turn off all the HUD settings, and that I could see that being part of the simulation type of society.
Yeah, we can clarify what those settings are in a minute here.
And design as well, so if you just want to be putting out a group of people who are putting out courses, you want plays, you want to get your course handicap rated, this would be a good way to set up that group, so everyone there is sharing their courses. You change the home course every week or something to get those plays.
I missed a question a little earlier on. I apologize. This is John Eric again asking about multiple courses within one tour. Is that possible? Is that something that
so each event is a single course, like it would be in real life, but you can then choose, okay, on, tomorrow we're going to set up to play on, Faxon Park, but then the next day, and that could be 1, 2, 3, or 4 rounds, and then the next day we're going to choose to play on Blackbrook, and that can be 1, 2, 3, or 4 rounds. And we have control over, when we're setting it up, you can go over what controls we have for each event.
So here we are setting up events right now. I've selected Blackbrook as the first course.
I have one more, sorry to jump
Sure.
in, because it's a really good question just about the cross-platform sharing. JPS Reno jumped in with a banger. If I create a society on PS4, can someone on PC or Xbox join in? And if so, what will we see in the tourney scores?
No.
So the societies are platform specific. The scores that you, just like the scores that you push in Golf Club 1, those are always platform specific. The only thing that we have cross-platform are the courses. And that's because of the restrictions around the first party platforms that we publish on.
Yeah. Hopefully that answers your questions. Great question, by the way.
So here we are setting up our first event for the society that I've created. We've got Blackbrook Golf Course, or Golf Club, sorry. New event is the default name. You can go in here and call it whatever you want. Again, rounds, this is how many rounds your event will be. Different from career now, you create a start and end date for your events. So if you want it to start today, you get to select the end date, and it goes in increments of days, up to 7 days it looks like.
Yeah, each event could be 1 day to a week long. There's no restrictions around how many days per rounds. Either if you want to run a 4-round event in a single day, you can, and just your members are going to have to play that much faster to get through it.
Format settings. So here again, very similar to career mode. You get to select the event type, whether it's a regular or major event, the tees that you're going to be using for the duration of the event, and which pins will be used for the each round of it. And you can also turn on handicap scoring if you wish.
Yeah, so that's a great choice for casual.
Yeah.
Casual societies.
Yeltsman, don't worry,
might
I
wanna
do
keep
see
it
your
off.
help out there. I know it seems confusing right now because we're kind of running through things really quickly. Rest assured, once you're in the game, there's breadcrumbs, there's a lot of helps, there's a lot of hinting in there that's going to walk you through it. Just bear in mind, we're trying to kind of push through this to show as many screens as possible. And if you do have specific questions after the fact, please always circle back, hit us up on the forums. We've got lots of people here to kind of walk through anything we may have brushed past a little quickly on the stream.
Yeah, so Shaun's been through this flow on the game before, but if you're a new player, the first time you come through these screens, you'll get a little pop-up that says, hey, there's information about how this thing works. Press this button, and it takes you to our help glossary. And that has a whole slew of entries about societies, course creation, gameplay, anything you can think of, giving you tidbits of information. And you can always access every one of those entries from the profile menu by pressing the start or pause button.
Yeah.
And so here we're in the game settings for the event that I'm setting up. And this goes back to that question we had earlier, where you can turn off and set restrictions for what tools players are able to use throughout the game.
Cool.
So everything here is based on things that impact gameplay that aren't significantly detrimental to the ability to actually perform in the game. So things like green grid, lie grid, shot suggestions. A lie grid is a brand new feature that we added, but these are all similar gameplay features that we had in Golf Club 1. Showing wind speed. If you don't want to show the actual miles per hour, you can have the UI just show kind of a approximate range of the speed. In terms of the presentation of it, though, whether or not I have the HUD on or off, or if I want to show the distance in the center of the screen or in the top right of the screen, that's completely up to every user, because it doesn't really impact how you can play the game.
Yeah.
And things like, the bit that shows you what your club is, like you need to know what club you have selected. You can't really tell without
Sure.
the HUD, so we can't take that away by force.
We got some questions about setting purse amounts, which Shaun is coming up to right now
here.
organically. Know this in the chat that I was waiting for him to get there. I knew we were going to get there.
So there's an example at the bottom, which Jordan said for the help glossary. If you hold your button, it takes you here, explains what each of these items are. And here, this is your entry fee. So this is what everyone who plays your event is going to pay to be a part of it.
So you want to be careful with this, that you don't set it, especially early on when the game first launches, you don't want to set this too high, because no one's going to be able to enter your event. They need to earn some currency from career mode or from challenges.
Yeah.
And if you run events without any entry fees, your members will still earn currency from the challenges that they earn while they play.
So fees contributed to the purse. So here I have this set at 75. So 75% of that payment will go to the winning players of the event, and 25% of that is going to go into the society bank account, which is used for upgrading the society and purchasing new clubhouses or adding to a bonus purse, which is grayed out here because I have no currency right now.
That's right.
Yeah.
Got some excitement bubbling up here. I think we've been showing the right types of things to the right type of people. A lot of questions about, is it June 27th yet? I haven't been this excited for a game since the last college football release. That's high praise.
Wow.
So here I'm gonna jump into the official society now. Yeah. We're gonna jump into a game shortly, but first I'll do a quick look at the stats that we show you, because this was the closed beta society actually. So we have a build up of quite a bit of stats here, and you can see. Is this? Sorry.
What are you trying
So
to
current season, yeah. So this is your current season, and these are all the statistics that you can see based on what's active right now. Scoring statistics as well, and performance ratings.
So that first tab is going to give you the kind of stats that you would maybe gauge who's winning the season based off of, but we don't tell you which thing you need to care about. If you want to care about points, then you can look at that and see if you're on top of points. If you want to care about the money list, you can look at the money list, or if you want to care about how many actual full stop wins each person got, you can look at victories.
So within cash and payout, a question from Bama9 is purse spread out over all players in the event, or rate it down to the last golfer, just the top finishers? How are purses shared out?
It's a percentage of how many people finished the event. So in real life, it's like top 70 kind of thing, plus ties. But because the fields in our game can range so wildly, we look at how many people played all the rounds at the end of the event, and then take the top, I think it's 90% or something like that. I can't remember the exact percentage. It's a top percentage of those people, and then we distribute the purse to them, with the person in first getting the most money, the person in second getting a little bit less, etc., all the way down. We also track and reward ties appropriately. So if there are two people tied for third place, then it will add up the money that would go to the person in third and fourth, and then divide that amongst those two people.
Can you own more than one club?
You can't own more than one club. You can create a single club and run it, but you can join up to 5, including the one that you create if you want to.
Yeah.
If you don't want to create one, you can just join 5 other ones.
It's a great question, and I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is Sergeant USMC 68. I see an SGT. I don't know. I hope I'm doing it right.
Mm-hmm.
Something I forgot to mention before we jumped into the official society there, on the administration tab, you'll always have an option to set a society as your primary.
This is if you're a member of that society.
Yes.
Yeah.
So choosing this just basically means this is a society that you're going to represent in every other society, or this one, that you compete in. And in each event, we have, once the event's completed, we have leaderboards for different ranges of players and rank their society.
They're teamed up based on their primary society. So if you want to play, rank on the team leaderboards for, say, in the official society, that would be a great spot because there's so many people. You and your friends can, join your personal society, all set it as your primary, then go play the official society and rank on those team leaderboards.
And a great follow-up question to how many you can own, how many you can be a member of. If you want to leave a society, are you able to?
Yes, you can leave a society.
Great. So your 5 is not permanently locked. You're free to kind of roam around. If you want to leave one, join another one. What about cutoffs? What about tournament cutoffs?
So there are no tournament cutoffs.
Can you
because
set
when
it as a command or no?
What's that?
You can't set your tournament cutoff. Sorry, that was the actual question.
no, so you can set 1 to 4 rounds, but those rounds all take place in the same bubble of time that you set.
Gotcha.
So there's no cutoff to say. Otherwise, we'd have to say, okay, well, you have to. Everyone has to finish the first 2 rounds by this time in order for us to figure out who's allowed to play on the next one.
Hopefully that makes sense for whoever asked that question. I lost you in the stream here, but it was a great question.
So we're gonna play the event on the.
Yeah, so we're gonna play the current active event, which is the Faxon Challenge Cup at Faxon Challenge, or sorry, Faxon Park Golf Club.
Ashton Fox 5, just know your questions are fantastic. Well, I might as well share it. Jordan, as a designer, I think we should go right to the source. Can male golfers fall in love with female golfers in a rival society, and will it create an in-game West Side Story situation?
Only in your dreams.
That may be the best Twitch question ever asked. Well done
Golf clap. Yeah.
well done to Ashton Fox 5. Golf clap from John and myself. That's fantastic.
Hard to get this person on the phone.
Absolutely. You're going to call in next time.
So going into this event here, one of the great things about society is even if you're not friends with people, you're going to get a chance to interact with them and play with them, whether it's their ghost or they're actively playing the course with you. So here I go into add rivals and I see Chud Gussets is actively playing this course.
Great.
Yes. So I'm going to add him to my group. And
So you can see this event has been set up with on black tees and on this round is pin set 1.
Yeah.
So everybody plays for that with that on this round.
So I'll begin my round with Chud. And
Do we have any John in
oh,
here?
Chud's already shooting.
I'm here.
Yeah, but, I mean in the game. Is that
No,
a
we
photo?
Oh
turned
no,
it
we
down.
turned the commentary off for streaming.
It's a shame.
I turned on.
Too many voices.
This isn't going to go well without shot feedback.
So the reason I was asking if you
generous
could hear
bounce.
John in the game is because John did fantastic work doing entirely new commentary just for events. So if you remember John's commentary from the Golf Club 1, that's what you'll hear when you're playing standard rounds outside of career and societies. But if you're playing events in career and societies, you get a whole new side of John. You get Golf John.
Golf John makes an appearance.
Yeah, so he gives a little bit more of like a TV broadcast feel. I don't know. Do you want to talk about it? Or do you want to stay in the shadows?
We chatted about it last stream as well, but yeah,
Perfect.
we redid the entire commentary
This is not
in a more broadcast style to really kind of really differentiate these two modes, because they are much bigger modes, much deeper modes, and we wanted to treat them as a real TV broadcast kind of feel. And you get the crowds in the background too during this mode,
Get
and
some music in there.
and there's some new golf music. We haven't really streamed any of these with music yet, but it's I think we really dialed in the feel of a golf tournament presented on like a TV style presentation. So
Yeah.
maybe one of these streams will break out all the stops,
Yeah. And I think,
turn up all the faders, and then we'll just let it fly.
Perfect.
Just some gameplay with
Yeah.
everything on.
And I think it's no secret. We like to have fun here.
It's true.
And this is a very different feel in that mode, where in the casual play mode, it's a little more lighthearted, I would say, some of the commentary. It's safe to say that. Whereas this time out, we did really, like John said, I think we nailed that TV broadcast.
Yeah, it definitely feels right.
All new graphics with that too, intro animations, the whole deal.
This is just beautiful with everything off the screen and just watching the golf.
I'll put this in full screen here so everyone can see as well. Sorry for the second internet outage that we've had here. I don't know what that is.
I blame the construction.
Yeah, they're
like
digging
he's
up
still in my group.
holes right next
no, he's
door to
not.
us.
I didn't see him on your.
All right, I believe we're back.
No, see, he's not on there.
Oh no, we lost him.
We lost him. This is a technical glitch. Unfortunately, with our internet service
There we go.
provider, it would
There he
seem.
goes.
There you go.
Yeah, it's like a hardwired internet connection.
We are literally plugged in.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. We're back. But it's that easy to get back in. That was nice.
Oh.
Gotta step it up, Shaun.
I know. My putting falls apart on these things.
I'm only talking smack because I'm not the one playing.
Yeah.
Okay, here's Chad. Oh,
It's a long one.
Chad
That's
with a
long
banger
one.
of a putt.
You know what? Had a shot.
It's not bad from there.
I'd take it.
Could you turn off the colored marker next to the ghost ball in turn order play?
You can't. That is always there to show you which ball is which.
Yeah, and I tend to agree with it. I think that in my mind, I think, oh, it'd be nice to just have that minimal look and turn it off, but I think you are right. Over the long haul, it probably makes sense to make sure you've always got the clean distinction.
So before you leave here, this is an interesting thing that's a little bit different from the golf club. One, you see where it says at the top of the screen, Faxon Challenge Cup, which is the name of our event, and then first round, and in brackets live. So if there are other people playing this event right now, it will actually update as they move through their shots.
Excellent. Yeah, we're not sure what's going on, and we do apologize. Unfortunately, it's kind of out of our control, but right back to the action. Chud Gussets with an approach, I see.
Ooh,
He's looking pretty good.
not too far off.
This course is gorgeous. It shows off the nice new skyscraper assets that we have in the background. It's a
Wow.
beautiful layout.
Treewood3 is asking, or sorry, someone has asked if we have kept up with our internet service provider's bills. I hope so, Path 1978. But we're kind of winding it down here. We've got 3 minutes left on this stream because we're working up to our 2:30 kind of deadline. We've got other things we've got to get to today. So we appreciate everybody jumping in. If you have last second questions, now's the time to send them over. But keep in mind, just like the last time, we are going to have a follow-up stream that's coming up down the road. We know we didn't cover everything this time out. We'll probably get Jordan back. We'll get Shaun back. Whoever else you guys kind of want to talk to and see on camera, maybe we can open it up to some other team members. But like I said,
top for them.
last couple minutes, so.
So Shaun just topped the flop shot and it sailed across.
Oh, look at
Green.
this.
Ooh,
That's a difficult
my
lie.
Nice clean shot off the rock.
You'd need that iron to come back in one piece.
That's well done.
I'm used to that shot in real life.
The name of course that we're playing in is, are you? I think Colin Moffey is asking for the course name.
It's Faxon Park.
Park.
Faxon Park. It's a good one.
This is one of the new official courses for the
Yes.
golf club too, and this one was one that we actually commissioned from the community.
Free roam camera option? Question mark from CT007.
There's no free roam camera option in console versions, but I think there's some way to like get a debug one on PC.
Yeah.
That's not part of the game design.
No, we're gonna
so-
go ahead and say no. But you do have new cameras added in. You're able to see a lot
Yeah.
more of the environment. I would say that you're in a better spot than TGC1 and Collector's Edition.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Did you guys show off the changes to the map view last time?
Oh, we had turned off the HUD. That's why Colin Mafia. We've disabled. That's why the course names wouldn't be showing up.
We are not doing good here.
Questions about adding PS4 Pro or Scorpio support in the future from C-Mount for Life.
I'm not sure who would best answer that question. That's more of a technical thing.
Yeah, I would say that's something we'll probably follow up with at a later
I'd like
time.
to ask Rami. that
Yeah,
one.
we can go to the
Let's
tech.
get Rami in here.
We should get Rami in here.
Hey Rami, if you're watching, come on down.
Thanks to UCT007. We appreciate it too. Thanks for watching, everybody. We're going to kind of shut her down here and call it a day. We appreciate everybody tuning in, as we always do. Grateful for the feedback. Fantastic questions, as always. I don't know if there's a more tuned in audience than the TGC audience, so we thank you.
Yes, thank you guys very much.
Thanks for coming by.
Right.